So I'm gonna try to just show you the ones that are super special to me.
Even though every single one is super special to me.
But Helen is amazing because it breaks so many people of their fear of snakes. So many people come into the Reptarium and are like a little bit afraid of handling snake. And for whatever reason, they like to handle Helen. She's small, she's tame, she doesn't have eyes. For whatever reason, when people think that a snake isn't looking at them, they can't bite them. So Helen breaks a lot of people's fears, and that's why I love her so much. Tyson is absolutely amazing. When he came to us, he was only 6 grams. He's now 18 grams, 3 times the weight. There's only a few albino eastern box turtles in the world, so we're super excited. Box turtles have amazing personality. Still a little bit too small to take him out and let everyone hold. But when he gets to full-grown adult here in another couple years, he's gonna be an absolute amazing man. Look at the personality he already has. This is baby Kush, the crocodile monitor. Now, it may not be an animal that you play with often, although I do take it out. I usually get pretty ripped up when I do. But that is just a little raptor. I mean, look at how intelligent that animal is. How could you not love a croc monitor?
Jeez, I can't see him. I'm too short. Jody Pop. Well, Brian's showing you some of his favorite animals. I think I'm going to show you some of my cherry pop. I mean, just look how cute she is. The red face, just look how rustic colored she is. It's like burnt rust. And for a small lizard like this, one of the smallest dragons in the world, he's just so smart. And obviously the gearfish, or gear rufus, whatever you call them, Dr. Fish. They're so cool. I mean, they just eat their skin. Kids love them. We love them. And we try not to stick our face in there sometimes.
Parkour! Gotta look at my girl Ivy, of course. She's tucked in the corner. Ivy, what are you doing, baby? She is so close to having her babies now. It's so hard for me not to be able to take her out all the time, but I still come in here and just kind of hang out with her from time to time. She is absolutely wonderful. You don't know how much it pains me to walk by an enclosure and not tell you that it is my favorite animal, because every animal in here is so special to me. But listen, Drogo is amazing. I mean, look at how cute he is. This is the first real mammal, exotic mammal that I ever kept in my life, and it was really nerve-wracking. But he has been an absolute hit. He's thriving, and I couldn't imagine life without Drogo. Of course, then there's Salt and Pepper. Whoa, Salty! It's okay, baby girl. You're coming out to say hi to me? I know I love you too. He is fired up today for some reason. I mean, she is definitely one of the coolest animals. I've always wanted to own an albino alligator ever since the first time I saw the very first one. I was like, oh my gosh, and I never thought I would actually own one. Listen, I love Pepper too, but I can't give it a kiss on the head like this. I'm glad my animals like Pickles here don't watch the vlog, because if they did, they'd be sad. I love you, Pickles, I promise, but let's move on. And there's nothing more adorable than my guy, Willow the armadillo. Hi, buddy. This animal is another life-changing animal. I never thought I'd want an armadillo in my entire life, but he is just so friendly. He loves me so much. Every time I take him out, even when I'm around a bunch of people, he just always is coming up to me, and he's like, Dad, what's going on? He's about full-grown now, about a year old, so he's not gonna get much bigger than that. Look at how adorable that is. You are such a cutie. I couldn't imagine life without Brillo.
What's this crap I hear he didn't do Pickles? Pickles is one of my favorites. I don't care what he says. Look how cute she is. And her name's Pickles. I mean, I don't necessarily like eating pickles, but I love pickles.
Next up is my buddy Jeffrey, the hypogranite Burmese python. I mean, I love Burmese pythons. You guys know it was my first snake I ever got, and they didn't look like this when I was younger. In fact, this is one of the coolest mutations of Burmese, in my opinion. I've always loved the hypogranites since the first time they were produced. I always wanted one, and I got him as a little tiny baby for my buddy Miguel, and he has turned out to be an incredible animal ambassador. Definitely top 3 most popular snakes here at the Reptarium. Weirdly enough, I've kind of just really become super fascinated with turtles for some reason. And of course, we have a whole turtle pond with a bunch of red-eared sliders, albino red-eared sliders, musk turtles. Super cute. I love coming in every morning. They're usually stacked on top of each other, just like this little monkey right now. Usually they have like 2 or 3 on top of each other. They're just super cool. I spend so many hours messing around with this turtle pond. You know, all of my rhino iguanas are so special, and each one of them in a different way. This, of course, is Diddy here, who's about to be a daddy again with some eggs. This year, hopefully we'll actually hatch those eggs. It would be absolutely incredible. But every single rhino iguana I have, I only have 3, Diddy, Dixie, and Bella. Each one of them are different in the way they act, the way you interact with them. They have different personalities. And I absolutely love each of them individually. Such special animals. In my life, I've never had a closer relationship to a lizard than, of course, my rhino iguana. This is another really special animal to me. Of course, Nova the frilled dragon. Not only do we have babies from him, which is really special, but honestly, he was the 2nd lizard we got for the Reptarium. We didn't even have the Reptarium open. It was like a year we had him before we opened up the Reptarium. We had Bella and we had Nova. So it's just kind of cool that he's been such a part of things right from the beginning. Of course, I'm not going to pass over Ben and Jerry, just because I've always been obsessed with 2-headed animals, in particular 2-headed snakes, and these guys are absolute rippers. There's no doubt about it. And they're just such a popular animal here too. People come in and go, oh my god, those things are absolutely incredible. I love Ben and Jerry. This one might surprise you a little bit, but this is our new Cayman lizard that we've had for a couple of months now, named Papaya. Of course, Mango is in the back over there. But Mango doesn't like to be handled that much. Papaya is really a pretty chill animal, and these guys can get like 3-4 foot and are just amazing. So Papaya is really fast becoming one of my favorite lizards in the place. Night Fury. What an absolute ripper of an animal. And as it gets gets bigger, it just gets more and more incredible. I actually took him outside the other day. I almost needed sunglasses. It was absolutely so incredible. The glimmer off it, iridescent. Again, it's only gonna get better. When this is 12, 13, 14 foot, it's gonna be absolutely insane. It's just such an interesting animal. I'll be honest with you, it's a little bit challenging. It's not like a predator. There's no doubt about that when it comes to handling. You have to be a little bit more aware and a little bit more advanced at handling him, unfortunately, but I still love it. And that kind of spice that he has actually makes him kind of cool to me. Look at Bowser. Look at how incredible he is. I remember when we first got Bowser, he was only 40 pounds. He's over 100 pounds right now. Another one of those dream animals that, you know, I went to aquariums and other zoos and always saw a giant snapping turtle, alligator snapping turtle. Oh my God, that is such an impressive animal. To have one here at the reptile zoo, it blows my mind every single day. Of course, my girl Lucy here, she's eyeballing me. The thing that's interesting about reticulated pythons is you can follow their eyes. A lot of times snakes don't really follow you, but reticulated pythons, some cobras, they'll actually follow you along. And right now, she's actually gearing up for a strike. Get a little bit close, I'm gonna strike you. But still, I've had Lucy for 14 years, since she was a baby. She is a really special animal, and I love her to death. Right, Lucy? You being a good girl, or are you being a bad girl? Yeah, she's about to be bad.
I know Brian did Bowser. Look at this guy. This is definitely one of my favorites. He's like a dinosaur, and we all love him. I just don't want to get bit by that mouth. No piggies to that market. Jake, you want to clean this up? Thanks.
Alrighty. Matilda is definitely one that I love. Of course, it's Lori's favorite animal at the Reptarium. The only animal that I've ever gotten with Lori, where she actually cried when we got her. This is gonna be around for my great-great-grandkids, right? 200 plus years or something like that. It's gonna be amazing, and she is just incredible. 155 pounds. Think about this, when she's 500 pounds, is that gonna be absolutely ridiculous? I can't wait. I love boega or cat-eyed snakes, mangrove snakes, whatever you wanna call it. This is actually a multi-cincta. To me, it's just a different species, has more bands on it, more yellow. And it's just so cool. I love it. It's the only one that we keep at the Reptarium. When we expand, we're definitely going to have more of these guys on display. I just love it to death. It's just one of my personal favorite snakes because I just love cat-eyed snakes. Not every animal that is really special to me has to be an incredible, like rare, unusual, whatever animal. This snake is special to me because of what it does for the Reptarium. The little kids that don't want to hold a bigger snake come, and they hold Luna, the high white albino black and white cow king, and they just fall in love with it. This snake is so placid, so incredible. And again, I love what it stands for, which is that bridge. To get kids interested in holding their first snake, and then next thing you know, they're holding bigger and bigger animals, and they're having a great experience. Of course, we have 3 two-headed turtles. We have Mario, Luigi, Raphael, Donatello. But the first two-headed turtle that actually thrived for us, of course, was Chopsticks. So it's really special to me. Two-headed animals, I love them. I think they're amazing. And Chopsticks and the other two-headed turtles are absolute rippers. You know, I've only had Frosty for what, about 6 or 8 weeks, but it has just become such an amazing animal for us. I mean, you can see how it's totally just inquisitive to us. It's not afraid of us at all. It's becoming a really cool animal. Not coming out yet during the open hours, still letting it settle in, but it's doing so well. Absolutely thriving and just such a cool animal. Look at it, it's just like, what are you doing, Dad? I mean, it's cool when you can create a relationship like this, especially within just a short period of time.
I'm all wet. Not in a good way. Don't bite me. Oh.
What, he almost got you?
Yeah, dude, he's like, ow.
He got me. He got you?
I pulled away. I love you, Dad.
Come on, dude, let's get over here, bud. This is what I call monitor row over here. We got Frosty, we've got, of course, Toothless, which is absolutely incredible. I mean, this animal is next level. There's no monitor I have that is more docile than Toothless. Elvis is amazing, don't get me wrong, and we'll see him in a minute, there's no doubt about that. But Toothless, there's just something special because we've had him since he was only 7 days old, so he knows nothing but this environment. He knows us so well, and again, just look at him. He's just like, hey, what's going on? Absolutely ridiculous. What an absolute dinosaur, huh? Of course, Waffles, a black-throated monitor. Again, on monitor row here. I love these guys to death. Each one is different, right? I mean, obviously water monitors are water monitors, but you can have different colors. There's something amazing about a rock monitor from Africa that is just next level. That big head, that gigantic tongue. I mean, it looks like a dinosaur. This is what you think of. If this was 30 foot long, it would fit into that dinosaur period. At least that's what I think of anyways. And I love it to death. Such calm, amazing animals. So cool, a great educational way. You can have someone stick their head in there and it smells like maple syrup. It's just a great way to get people really inquisitive about reptiles. This is one that you might actually be surprised about. You might go like, really? Lucky, the Amazon tree ball that's always trying to bite you and actually strike at you? It's just an awesome animal. I've loved it. I've had it since it was a baby. It's about 7 years old now. So we've had 7 years of kind of working together, and I kind of know his personality. He knows what I've got going on. I actually don't get bit by him that much because I know him so well. It's just a cool animal. And again, a really fun animal to kind of test your ability to not get bit.
This is a nice slice. We were doing a video. Hiccup blind, and he got me.
What's up for rock line?
I feel so bad just around water. Because we keep getting bit.
Hiccup bit.
By what?
Hiccup.
Hiccup? Oh my god, Mike. What were you doing?
I saw the floor over there is not okay.
Yeah.
I'll clean that up if you want to aim.
There's no doubt that there's nothing more special to me in the entire place than Bella. She was really the first animal for the reptarium, the first animal that I started to understand how important bonding with animals are, the way they could be trained. She's incredible. She can be snotty. You know, right now she's saying like, Dad, I'm not gonna come down. The cat of the reptarium. She comes down for pets when she wants to come down for pets, and when she doesn't want to come down for pets, she doesn't come down for pets. So yeah, Bella, she's my baby. I love this animal right here. One of the early animals we got here at the reptarium was here for the grand opening of the reptarium. This, of course, is a Europlates fimbriata. Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's so cool. It's so alien-like. I love it, and every time I see it, it just brings a smile to my face. Of course, Bugatti, the Boelen's python. Look at that beautiful animal right there. And the reason I think it's so amazing is not only the fact that I love Boelen's python. This is literally an animal that was unobtainable when I got into the hobby when I was a kid. And to actually be able to work with one, see it every single day, it just blows my mind every single time I see it. Then there's Zuko and Oz, our Chinese rat snakes. Of course, this is the 100-flower rat snake, or Moellendorffi, and this is the Mandarin rat snake, or Mandarina. 20 years ago, you couldn't even get these guys because no one was captive breeding them. The ones that came in from the wild never did well. It's really cool to have captive bred animals that are so docile and great animal ambassadors.
We gotta get you cleaned up, man. You gonna be a big boy? I'll get you an ice cream.
Really?
All right, you gonna be a big boy?
Can I do it? Oh, Lord!
Hallelujah.
Oh, my God.
Dry her off real nice. Not with the f***ing toothbrush. Oh, man. Really dab it tight. Yeah. You got it. Perfect. All right, let's get a Band-Aid on it.
Of course, Joker, the scaleless rat, is absolutely amazing as well. What a cool animal. I remember seeing my first scaleless rat when I was probably in my early 20s and being blown away by really not having the ability to get it. Now we work with scaleless rats, snails, corn snakes. Those two animals do as good as any snake. The fact that they don't have scales, they're not in the wild, they're not eating live prey, so they do really well. And it's, again, a great kind of animal to hand to somebody because it feels so different than a normal snake. It really piques their curiosity. That curiosity turns into the ability for me to educate people. That's why Joker is so special to me. This is Ois, the Chihuahua gecko. You know, I love lychee geckos. I love all the New Caledonian stuff. We have a whole room for them. But on display here, we definitely love our Chihuahua geckos because they're just so docile. And they're so bright. I mean, look at how green and orange is in them. Such an unusual animal. Again, a crowd favorite. And Otis in particular is always awesome to take out. The anaconda that started it all for me, of course, Verde, my green anaconda. I just think one day she's going to be as big as Ivy. And trust me, she's starting to grow. Look at how fat she's starting to get. This is when they start to explode. Right now, she's going to go from this size to like 6-7 foot probably in the next year or so. And then within 3-4 years, she'll probably be 11-12 foot. But the fact is that this was my first ever green anaconda, and it means a lot to me. As, of course, is really special for a few different reasons. Normal Burmese pythons, that's where it all started. My first snake ever was a baby normal Burmese python. Burmese pythons always hold that soft spot in my heart because it was my first snake. They're a giant, gentle animal. Staz is just a great animal for an animal ambassador. Always willing to come out. He's always super tame. You never have to worry about him. And it's cool to kind of show people the wild type, what they look in the wild, as opposed to all the cool color mutations we have.
Is it good to feel? I don't want to bleed through my first band in the first 35 seconds. Whoa.
Get it all the way off.
Ooh, Chimama. Oh, no.
Here, keep it there, keep it there. No, just get another Band-Aid. Hey, yo. Now, dog, let's get you ice cream.
I fell in love with Neo the second I saw her when I was down in Oklahoma at Bob Clark's place. Always wanted a pied reticulated python, but I really wanted a black and white pied reticulated python, and this was the first one that I ever saw that came available. I had to get her. She's really an amazing animal as far as tameness goes. She's gonna probably be like a Perdita when she gets 9-10 foot long. The thing that's amazing again is she's not gonna change her color. I love Perdita, but she's getting darker and darker. She was a white snake that had a little black freckling. Now she's a black snake that has a little white freckling. The fact that Neo will stay this way its whole life, it's gonna be so impressive when it's 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 foot long. Ooh, doggy, that's gonna be amazing. Showed you the Chihuahua earlier. Of course, there's Reptar, the lychee geckos. You guys know all about the lychee geckos. I'm sure there's a clip right now. Go ahead, Noah and Mike. Go ahead and do it.
The largest gecko in the world.
That's right. It's the largest gecko in the world, but it's also one of the coolest geckos in the world, too. Now, Carl, the emerald tree boa, ironically enough, is still a super special animal to me. We may not be able to take it out and play with it. I remember about that 10-year-old little Brian reading the book, seeing the emerald tree boa, and just being absolutely captivated, never thinking that I would actually own one, let alone be able to work with it every single day. So Carl is absolutely beautiful. May not be able to take him out and play with him, but I still love him to death. There can't be many more special animals at the reptarium than my boy Elvis here. What an absolutely amazing animal. I always say he is like my pet dinosaur. It's just cool to have an animal you can interact. Look at how inquisitive he is. He's just kind of always looking around. He's not afraid of us. He loves us. He actually is my buddy. He'll like come up to me. This animal is absolutely ridiculous. Never thought I would own an animal like this that is so docile like him. He is incredible. And certainly one of the coolest animals I've ever worked with. Of course, Flamin' Hot Cheeto is really special. Again, because it's a great ambassador. Bearded dragons are amazing. And this is just an absolutely gorgeous bearded dragon. Loves people. I mean, what's not to love about this animal? Of course, Perdita. I mean, this animal is so special to me. It's an animal we got specifically for the Reptarium. We got her before the Reptarium opened and had her for several months, just working on her temperament. And she has become definitely the most popular snake at the Reptarium. People come just to see Perdita. That's how popular she is. And look at how gorgeous she is. I mean, she is a lovely animal. Marshmallow is special to me because I actually always wanted a white Burmese python. Now, it's not solid white. It's a little off-white. But when I was younger, I went to a reptile show. One of the first giant reptile shows in the entire country down in Orlando. And Bob Clark had a 15-foot white Burmese python. And I was blown away. It was the thing that impacted me the most on that trip. So ever since, I've always wanted a white Burmese python. And this is about as close as I'm going to get, and he is incredibly tame.
It's a vlog? Yeah. What's going on?
Should I get strawberry shortcake? Yeah, there's a tour Friday and they came back Saturday and they brought me a whole bag of ice cream.
They brought you a whole bag?
A whole bag. It had like 5 of these in it.
Look at his finger.
I had to wrap it up.
So I'm getting him an ice cream because he's a big boy.
Here you go.
Thanks, buddy.
He deserves it. He's a good guy.
I should get a bit more often. Free ice cream? I'm making this one last. You don't open this door right now.
Sorry, sir. We're not open yet. We open at 4.
See the keys?
Did you buy tickets?
Yep.
You know, so many animals that I love so much here at the Reptarium were really dream animals of mine. I've always dreamt of owning a tegu. And I never thought I would have the opportunity before I opened the zoo. Terrence here, Argentine black and white tegu. I love working with him. Super chill when it comes to kids especially. So it's just a really cool animal. A lot of dream animals, and those dream animals are certainly super special to me. The first snake that I ever bred was a corn snake when I was young. So corns are always special to me. I always say corn snakes and ball pythons, I still make the best first starter snake. And certainly make great animal ambassadors as well. Maisie is about an 8-year-old corn snake that has been around kids his entire life. Taking this animal out, kids love it, and I love it. I've always been a fan of blue-tongued skinks, and my favorite blue-tongued skink of all are the Centralian blue-tongued skinks like Potato. And this is the first one I've had, and he's absolutely incredible. I just love him to death. There's something really cool about it. Again, because you can just set it in someone's hand, it'll sit just like a potato, makes it freaking awesome. Sunrise is so special to me for a number of reasons. First of all, he's just an amazing snake. Secondly, albino Burmese pythons were the thing that kind of got my business started. Breeding when I was a kid when they were expensive. That's what started BHB and kind of started my entire career. And lastly, the first educational shows I ever did were with an albino Burmese python named Sunshine, which basically is why we named this one Sunrise. And it's just a really special